Welcome to episode 6 of Full 18, and today we are close house and we are at the Philly course. So we did episode 5 and we were on the Colt, and today we are now going on to the Philly course. And as you know, we just simply have to play to our handicap or under in this series, so let's see how we get on. It's the home of Lee Westwood, and here we go. So we are playing white tees today and I get 13 shots. So we want to shoot 83 or better, and we are playing the first hole, which is stroke index 12. So I've hit a really low bullet down the fairway and I'm going to be left with 127 yards into this green. I pull it and I go sort of left of the green here, and I'm going to be left with sort of pin high and looking to make a par if I can get up and down. Shall we see? There we go. Slim has hit a good putt, and he's going to make a par, and that's going to be a 4 to start. On to the second hole, which is a 380 yard par 4, and it's stroke index 6, and I haven't hit a good shot. It's only gone 107 yards, and I've got to sort of chip it out with a 9-wood to give myself a third shot in. I've done alright here, and I've got 119 yards in. And I take a little 9-iron and I come up short of the green, and I'm going to be left with a tricky little putt because I'm sort of going over these like restriction plates. So rolling past the pin, and I'm left with a right to left that I'm going to make, and somehow I'm going to get out there with a 5. Stroke index 2 is next. It's 424 yards and it plays all of the distance. I'm going to leak this one right off the fairway into the trees, and I'm going to be left with quite a difficult shot in. I'm never going to get there in 2, so I hit a nice little shot down to leave me a third shot into a green. 107 yards, I take my pitching wedge and I hit a decent little shot into the green, and I am going to have a decent putt for a par here. Can I make it? Let's have a look, shall we? Nearly, very nearly, and that's going to be 2 over through the first 3 holes. On to the fourth hole, and it's a 315 yard par 4 towards the pavilion where we stayed last night, and it's going to be a good drive. This it's only going to leave me with about 90 yards in. This is the easiest hole in the course, but the green is tricky, and where the pin is, it was tricky as well. I hit a decent shot here, and I'm going to be putting for birdie. Ideally, you could be doing with making this, but we shall see. Oh, it's going to drift past, and that's going to be a par. I'm happy with that. Definitely happy with that. Now we go on to the fifth hole, 382 yards, par 4, stroke index 4. Now this is a tough little hole, this one. It's got water on the left of the green. Hit a decent shot, 210 yards, and I sort of bail out on this one. I'm never going to go near that pond, and I'm going to come up short and have a chip on from a third. As you can see, the pond is on the left of the green. I come up short of the pin, and I'm going to be putting for par. Let's see if Slim can make it. The greens are really quite good here. I missed it, and it's going to be a bogey. That's going to make me 3 over through the first 5 holes. Nice putt back, and on to the 6th hole. 300 yards this, nice little hole this, water in front of the green. I didn't have to hit driver, no one else hit driver, but I trust my driver, and I've hit it down there, and I've left myself with 77 yards, just in the rough. This looked all over the pin, and unfortunately it just managed to creep over. So here we are, we're putting for birdie, but we've coming out of about 3 different types of grass, and we've come up short. This is for a par. Missed it just Would it have gone in with the pin out? Maybe. I don't know. Bogey. Now this was such a tough walk, this hole. This is incredibly uphill. If you've played it, you'll know it yourself. 200 yards up the hill, I've just hit that. And I was puffing and panting. Look at that, what a shank. Nearly took Jay out. Unbelievable shot. And here we are, third shot. Tricky shot from all this rough. But I played decent. I'm going to come up short, and this will be my par attempt. Didn't read that at all, did I? That was horrific. So here we go. Bogey putt. Come on, Slim, you need to make... Oh dear, Slim. So 6 over through the first 7. And I haven't really... Well, I have played bad. One thing is that this is 36 in a day, so we've walked and we've played 36 holes today at Close House. So very tiring. But here we go. 91 yards in on the 8th. Hit a really nice shot, pin high, and we have a putt for birdie. Can I make it? No. My partner on the day, Jay, did make it, so nice birdie for him, and he won us the hole in our little match play. On to the 9th, an uphill 163 yard par 3. Caught a tree on this one, got really lucky, sort of bounced towards the back of the green and left me an unbelievably difficult putt down the hill to make a birdie, and I just hit it too hard, and I'm going to be left with probably around 7 or 8 foot to make a par. Just pulled the life out of it. Now the next hole is a bit of a funny one because I've hit a decent shot pin high on the right, but unfortunately I didn't press record. I thought I'd press record, but I didn't press record, and I lipped out for a birdie. Typical. But I made the par, so there we go. I can't do anything about it. On to the 11th. 342 yards. This is stroke 7. And hit a decent little drive. I think the greenkeepers are working on this hole. Maybe not. Maybe further down. Tricky green with a run off on the left. This one. You're going to see it in a minute because I've gone left to take the 9 wood out to sort of bump it up there. And yeah, because it didn't have much of a shot really, other than that. So yeah, onto a par putt, and I would have made this if I hit it. Spoiler alert. There we go. Just short. Gonna make a bogey. 8 over through 11, and we're gonna play the 12th hole, which is a par 3. 159 yards. Stroke index 11. It's a tough one, this as well. So let's see how we get on. I've just pulled the living daylights. This was when the trolley was sort of spluttering a bit, because at the end of the day it was like 28 holes in or 30 holes in. I think my back was starting to go here as well, so this is for a par, and haven't made it. That's going to be a bogey. 9 over through 12, and we head to the 478 yard par 5 stroke 15. Pushed it out to the right onto the trees. Not ideal, but let's just see how we get on this hole. I take a 3 wood, and I hit this 3 wood really decent, and it's going to go down there, and it's going to leave me about 120, 130 in. I was a bit confused with the next shot because we both hit balls at the same time. You'll see me like wondering who's who in a minute. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. No, you won't. This for birdie. Not sure what that putt was all about, but it's going to be a par, and I'm going to be 9 over through the first 13 holes. On to 14, stroke index 1, the toughest hole in the golf course. 4-2-3, par 4. Got a good drive away. into the fairway, but left with a long way in. And this is like our 32nd hole of the day, and such a tough walk, close house. So yeah, I'll be forgiven for getting the odd shot wrong, and I did get this one wrong, but luckily a tree stump had saved us, and we are sort of just chipping out here. Played a nice shot onto the green, and we're going to be putting for a par somehow. I've left that one left. I mean, it's okay for distance, but left it left. So a bogey, and onto 15, which is a par 5, 525 yards. This is a nice hole. So yeah, this is about 3 o'clock, so it was starting to go a bit. Sunset was getting near about there. And yeah, a nice drive towards the bunkers, short of the bunkers, and not a great second shot here. Just running it along the ground, got a bit lucky, and sort of, I think it's about 120 that I had in after this. Sorry, 137. Struck it pure, and it went over the green, and it's going to leave me. I'm going to be putting, but I'm coming out the rough semi as well, onto the green, and I've hit a lovely putt, and that was unlucky. That could have been a birdie. Par though, 10 over through 15. Remember, we get 13 shots, so this could be a course that we break our handicap on full 18. 16 is a really tough hole. Stroke index 3, 454 yards. It's just so long, and it was playing into wind as well, and I've still got 165 yards as a third shot, but I've played it really well, and I'm going to be pin high but right, and I'm going to be putting that for a par. Can I make it? Can I make it? Just sort of misread it, but it's going to be a bogey. So that means no worse than 2 over on the last 2, and I've played to my handicap. 1 over on the last 2, and I will beat my handicap. On to 17. Stroke index 17 as well. 160 yards. Hit a corker here. Nice pin high and right. So I'm now thinking to myself, right, come on, let's make this. This is going to make us play under par. I think I'm starting to try and play snooker there, because it's like our 35th hole and we're all just shattered. On to 18, so don't double bogey this. Well, even if a double bogey, I've played to my handicap, so a triple is the only way that we don't. And I've sort of pushed it out, and you don't want to be right on this hole. 9 wood up towards the wall. Played it okay, 77 yards in. This is probably one of the best shots of the day. Put it by the hole, and I'm going to have a putt for par, and if I manage to shoot this, and I have, and it's going to be 11 over, and I'm going to actually shoot an 81 around the Philly, and I'm going to break my handicap by 2 shots. So happy days. Really enjoying this series. It's really good. This is the episode 6. Obviously, if you go through my YouTube channel, you can find all the golf courses, all the episodes. If you can subscribe, like, and share my video, it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you for series 1, episode 7 very soon.